Okay, so we all know we either learn card tricks to impress or entertain people. But how do you know what card trick to learn? I think you can kind of put them into these categories. If it's easy to learn and a simple concept, you'll probably get like an average okay-ish type reaction. If it's hard to learn and a simple concept, you may feel like it's not worth putting in the effort to learn a simple trick. If it's hard to learn and a complex concept, sure, you'll impress a lot of people, but you will have to work your butt off to do so. I think I found you the middle ground. Conceptually, it's fairly simple, and learning-wise, it's not too hard, but it's also not too easy. Will it blow minds? You tell me. Alright, yo, so check this out. For those of you who are curious, today I'm using the Black Panther playing cards by Card Mafia. Look at those eyes light up and those ears come up. And on top of that, by the way, these cards are gilded. So it has that nice metallic design on the side. I just decided to go luxury all the way, even though it's kind of harder to go luxury. We just decided to go luxury, and yeah, we'll do the card trick this way. So give the deck a bit of a shuffle, then I'm going to have you select any card that you want. Let's just say this card right here. Take a look at it and memorize it. All right, once you got that memorized, we'll leave it on top. And now, here's the point of the trick. What we're going to do is we're going to select a card that's going to be known as the Shamus card. Now, if you're anything like me, you don't know what a Shamus is. A Shamus is a private investigator or a detective. So we're going to select one card from the deck to be the Shamus. So go ahead and select any card you want. Let's just say this card right here. Now take a look at the card. Tell me what that card is. It is the King of Spades. All right, so King of Spades. Remember that card? Memorize it, whatever it is. Now the spelling of this card is going to help us locate your first selected card. So the spelling is King of Spades. So spell it out. K-I-N-G-O-F-S-P-A-D-E-S. King of Spades. Now you could have selected any Shamus card that you wanted. They're all spelled differently. But you selected the King of Spades as your Shamus. Funny enough, it's Doctor Strange. He kind of knows everything. So the card that you selected originally was the 8 of Hearts. Now that is awesome. What up, crew? It is Magic Monday, and this is your place to learn magic, master your performance, and captivate audiences. My name is Vineet, and I have the card trick that you need. See what I did there? Genius. To give you some background on this effect, it is known as the Shamus card, and it's from the Card College Series Volume 1. So before we dive into the tutorial, make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, grab your favorite deck of playing cards, and now, let's do it. Alright, so here we go, ready? Boom! Man, those eyes shining up get me every single time. By the way, if you want to buy these playing cards for yourselves, I'll put the link to them in the description. Just unfortunately, they ran out of the gilded edition, so I think they have like PVC left. So starting off for this card trick, I'd recommend you hand the deck over to the spectator and have them shuffle it up as much as they'd like. Once they've done that, have them select any card from the deck. Let's just say this card right here. It happens to be the 2 of Hearts. Now this is kind of an intermediate level card trick, and even when I was performing this, I actually had to do it twice because I had difficulty speaking and doing the calculation stuff in my mind. So that's one thing you also would need to take into account when learning this card trick, but I'll get more into that in a second. So we have a card selected, 2 of Hearts, and we put it now on top of the deck. Our goal is to get this 2 of Hearts 12th from the top. So we have this one card here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We want to get it 12th from the top, so we want to get it here. Now there are a couple of ways that we can do this, but I've come to a point where I'm very comfortable using the overhand shuffle control, and I want to see how I can use that to get that card from the top to the 12th position. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold the deck in an overhand shuffle position. By the way, if you're not comfortable or don't know what the overhand shuffle is, this is not going to be easy for you, but you're pretty much tossing over packets of card from your dominant hand to your non-dominant hand. So it's just something like this. But now you're going to be doing it in a controlled method. And by the way, if you want to know more technique and tutorials on the controlled overhand shuffle, I'll put the link to it on the screen. But we have the 2 of Hearts here. The way that we're going to control it is first we're going to throw over a packet of cards, and I'll leave this card face up just for tutorial purposes. I'll leave this card face up. I throw over a chunk of playing cards, small chunk of playing cards, right? So we have 2 of Hearts here. And now you're going to count. The easiest way that I found to count is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. And I think that's probably the best way to get it 12 from the top. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I found that's the easiest way to get it 12 from the top. One thing you also have to keep in mind while you're doing this, you can't be quiet during that period of time. Because now if you're quiet, you're just sitting there. Right? And that's a long period of time where nothing is being said. So what I like to do is I memorize that pattern 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 as I'm doing that shuffle, and as I'm explaining that, and as I'm doing that, I'm explaining what a Shamus card is, and then I think that helps provide good cover in your counting experience. So again, you're doing the overhand shuffle, and as you're doing this, you're counting 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2, and you're also explaining to the audience what a Shamus card is. And like I said, the Shamus card is like what's called a private investigator. Once you've shuffled over or counted over those 11 cards, you in-jog the top card here. By in-jog, I mean you take your thumb, push this card slightly back, then you overhand shuffle the rest of the cards over. Now you'll see a break created right over here. You're gonna push down with your thumb and forward with your dominant hand. You toss over a few cards like this, and the second you get to the break, right, so I get to the break now, I toss over the rest of these cards. Now if you check, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and 12th card is 2 of hearts. So that's the first phase of doing the card trick. If you can set that up, the rest of the card trick is going to be very easy. Let me turn this bad boy back over, and we have the 2 of hearts, 12th from the top. Now you spread out the cards and tell the spectator that you're going to have them select the Shamus card. Ideally, you do not want them picking up the card from the first 12 cards, so I generally direct them in the direction of pick a card from somewhere in the center. So then they pick a card from somewhere in the center, right? You just have to have a bit of authority when you're directing the spectator on what to do. So they select a card, and this is where that card trick almost has multiple outcomes depending on what card is selected. So in our case, we selected the Joker, which we do not need. Let's try that one more time. In our case, we selected the Hulk, which is the Jack of Clubs. I don't think that the name Hulk really matters, but Jack of Clubs. Now we have to, this card is selected, we have to count the number of characters in Jack of Clubs. So it's J-A-C-K, right? J-A-C-K-O-F-C-L-U-B-S. So we know it's 11. So if you selected a card that has 11 characters in total, you would do J-A-C-K-O-F-C-L-U-B-S, and then you flip over the next card, and that'll be the spectator selected card. Now let's say we selected a card with 12 characters. So 12 characters would be, for example, King of Spades, right? King of Spades we used as our Shamus card. It worked out so well in the performance, by the way, having Doctor Strange as King of Spades. That's great. But yeah, so King of Spades has 12, so you do 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and you flip over the 12th card showing the 2 of clubs. Sorry, not 2 of clubs, the 2 of hearts, right? Now there are also situations where you would get more. So for example, let me pick out a diamond. Diamonds have a lot, okay? So if you count 9 of diamonds, N-I-N-E-O-F-D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. So 9 of diamonds has 14 characters, but again, we only want 12. So the question is, how are we gonna change that up? So the way that you can do this, if you have 9 of diamonds, for example, you can say that the Shamus card is a diamond. And then you spell out diamonds, right? So D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. Diamonds is 8 characters. And then you spell out 9, N-I-N-E. And that's gonna get you to 12. So for example, someone selects the 9 of diamonds. You're gonna say the Shamus is a diamond. So you're gonna spell out diamonds, D-I-A-M-O-N-D-S. And then the card is valued at 9, so N-I-N-E. You flip over that E, and there is the 2 of hearts. So whatever you get, generally the spellings will be either 11, 12, 13, or 14. You can kind of tailor your way into figuring out exactly how to reveal that selected card. All right, and that's pretty much it. A little bit of practice will be required again for the overhand shuffle, and then a little bit of practice will be required in terms of doing the calculations while you're doing the card trick when the Shamus card has been selected. Right, so that is the Shamus card. One of the main concepts used in this video was the overhand shuffle control. So if you can master that, you will open up like unlimited possibilities to seemingly impossible card tricks. I created a mini masterclass on the overhand shuffle control, so if you have a chance, make sure you check out this video right here. I guarantee you it'll help you level up your skill set and change your approach to magic. That's all I got. Thanks so much for watching. Love you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Deck drop.